Morning, everybody. It is a cold and chilly morning in Denver right now. It is about 26 degrees. Last night's skate was a blast. I'm really happy that we got to be able to go. And the fundraiser, in case I didn't mention this, was to raise money to send to Puerto Rico to turn the lights back on. So we got to do that. Today I'm going to be reviewing that project from Dad on. Thankfully all the footage is downloaded. I have the project file, so I'll be able to do that, see what it's going to take to give them a rough cut. And then I've got to do some more stuff for Renegade. And I forget what else is on my to-do list. I think the other things I'm working on are some archiving tasks for another one of my projects, one of my clients there. So that is on my to-do list today. And this evening, Robo and I have another fundraiser to go to. A friend of ours have invited us to a fundraiser for a project here in Denver that is working to end sex trafficking. Denver actually has a really big problem with this. It's largely because we sit at the intersection of I-70 and I-25, and those are major arteries bringing young girls and young boys into the sex trafficking industry. So we are going to go to that, learn more about what our friend does and more about that organization tonight. It is 8:45. I'm going to start making breakfast and get ready for my day, see what I have actually planned, and confirm the things that I was telling you while we were on our walk today. Okay, breakfast is done, and I'm going to get yesterday's video online for y'all. My first task that I need to do is transfer all these files over to my working computer. These are currently sitting in a Dropbox folder, and I don't want to link to them to preview this project, so I'm going to do that and then open up this editorial timeline so that I can review this project for Dad on and get them back an estimate of how long this might take. That awkward moment when you realize that your sales page doesn't actually have a price tag on it. Remember all those sales pages that I was making the other week? Yeah, they didn't have a price point on them. So when you loaded them up, they would go to the video where it would say, hey, this is what it is. And if this was the only page that you saw, you actually had absolutely no clue how much this thing actually cost. Bad idea. So while I wait for that footage to transfer so I can start looking at it, I am busy updating these because it's a good use of time. That's going to take a while. This will take a while. I finished adding the pricing to my service packages. It's now available on every single page. You can see, and the good news is that the software, the files that I need for this have finally finished transferring over, so I can open up that project file and start reviewing this for Dad on. So I just took a few seconds to type down some numbers, what this could look like for this guy. I'm going to give him a call and present this information to him and see where we go from there. And get that put in there in the shots that it will actually work best in. Fantastic! They want me to send an email with my price quote and my time quote, and they will go from there. And it sounds like this will probably be a good project that I'll be picking up here shortly. What, Radar? Are you trying to tell me something? What do you want? Grumpy Gills. Alright, just shot that email off, and look at this one that I just got. Somebody subscribed to my email list again. Yay! Thank you, subscriber. And now it's time to get some lunch, but the annoying thing is, there's a lot of dishes left over from last night because we ducked out so fast, and I did not do my breakfast dishes because of this, so this is where washing your rice bowl and not doing it is apparent, because I now have to do all this before I can make lunch. Aw, man, it literally took me a half an hour to get all of those done. My lunch break is from 12:30 to 1:30, and I kid you not. Ugh. At least now I can eat lunch and hustle forward. It is finally lunchtime, and while I eat, I have a couple of emails that I want to write. Here's a question for you. What do you do when a potential lead tells you that your prices are too high? Do you back down or do you hold your ground? Here's my theory. You hold your ground. I actually have two emails. One is to a guy who has been talking to me for the past, oh good grief, probably since last October. No, the October before that. He saw one of my Facebook ads in 2015, and we've been having an ongoing conversation. He's a guy who's not been able to purchase my services yet. When we first talked, his business was not cash flowing enough for him to be able to hire me. But I just offered him one of the books that I wrote. Well, yeah. It is the same book that I wrote, but I have multiple copies of it. I'm going to send him one, and he told me that next year he's looking to work on larger companies, meaning bigger budgets, meaning work with you. He's currently having a hard time having enough time to edit in-house, and he wants to farm it out. So this is really exciting because he told me that he couldn't afford me, like I said, a year and a half ago. But now he can. And this is the thing. Don't back down. You'll get a cheaper client, but if you hold your ground and cultivate that relationship, you'll be able to do that. And the reason why this is important to me today is because I have another lead that I emailed earlier this week, and they got back to me saying, hey, you sound like you would be a cool person to work with, but is there any way that you can back down on your prices? No, but what I'm going to do is actually see if I can get a sales meeting with them and convince them that my services are worth what I'm asking. And I need to hurry up and eat because my dog is begging me to go outside. Okay, it's after lunch. My lunch went late because I got started late. The reality, though, is that I'm actually making good progress on my weekly tasks. You can see all the little black boxes I got figured out. I need to double check on what's going on with this stuff for the company called Prov. I still have some stuff that I need to do in here, and so I'm going to keep plugging away. I am prepping my last 2 books to get sent out, and this is only reminding me that, 1, I need more marketing materials as soon as possible, because I'm nearly out of business cards, and 2, I need to order more books to pass out. Alright, my next break is starting in 10 minutes. I'm going to get a head start on it. I have books prepped up to mail, which is really cool. I need to renew my dog's license, and then I'm going to work on some Renegade stuff. The cool thing is that I still have a free Friday to work on anything that is not checked on this list. Okay, so it is almost 6:30. Robo and I have gotten all dolled up to go to the Streets of Hope fundraiser. It's happening at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, which I'm really excited about. The last time I was there was for a Creative Mornings event, and so it'll be cool to go there. But this, by far and away, will be probably the fanciest fundraiser that I have been to in a really long time. I was at one for a crisis pregnancy center, but the only reason why I was there was because I made a video that they showed there, and so I was invited to go. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. Having been on the fundraising side, both working for a nonprofit and then also creating materials for other nonprofits, it's interesting to see how people do the fundraising process, and so it's really interesting when people spend money like this to throw a big party to also fundraise.
3 pieces for you tonight, all of which tell a story of the self-realization of women's strength and empowerment.
Oh, so we were back from the fundraising event from Streets Hope. I had the name wrong earlier. A really great time getting to hear how this place in Denver is holistically helping women come out of the sex trafficking trade and become rehabilitated and back into normal society. So tonight was a really cool night. I gotta get off to bed though because Creative Mornings is tomorrow and I'm heading out with Andrea. So that'll be a lot of fun and I will see you tomorrow. Remember, if you have any questions, please comment on this video. I will have further information about some of the things that happened today and the places that we went in the description box below. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And I will see you all later. Ciao.